Formless Mother. The Formless Mother, also known as the Mother of Truth, is an outer god revered for her dominion over blood and the enigmatic force known as blood flame. She is a deity of ceaseless hunger, drawn to wounds, and is believed to grant power to those born with accursed blood. Her divine essence is invoked through blood oath incantations, which channel her power by piercing her ever-present, intangible form with sacred ritual spears. This act allows practitioners to tap into her eternal lifeblood, a crimson force that neither dries nor festers, immune to decay and time. Among her known devotees are Mohg, the Lord of Blood, his fanatical Mohgwyn dynasty, and the monstrous beings known as Blood Fiends, who all seek to carry out her will through bloodshed and sacrificial rites. Outer God of Death. In ages long before the Erd Tree, an outer god of death reigned over the lands between. Its agents included white-winged maidens and the two-headed twin bird, whose cursed offspring, the death birds, wielded violet ghost flame to burn corpses and release vengeful spirits. The servants of death sought a worthy demise, believing valor in death brought favor. Those who died bravely were guided to the Helfen, a spectral afterlife illuminated by guiding lamplight. Some willingly embraced death to be reborn beneath the wings of deathrite birds. With the rise of Queen Marika's Golden Order, the rune of death was sealed within Malekith's black blade. But during the Night of Black Knives, a fragment was stolen, used to slay Godwyn the Golden, in soul, and Ranni, in flesh. Godwyn's soulless corpse became the Prince of Death, birthing Deathroot through the roots of the Erd Tree, and spawning beings like the Tibia Mariners and those who live in death. Outer God of Rot. An outer god of scarlet rot once held sway over the lands between, its power a cycle of decay, death, and rebirth. Devotees embraced rot, allowing mushrooms to grow from their flesh, believing it connected them to the earth. This god once manifested as a giant scorpion in an ancient dynasty's ruins, but was sealed away in the lake of rot by a blind swordsman who moved like flowing water. Its influence later took root in Melania, an Empyrean who fought to resist it with the swordsman's aid. After the Church of the Bud was destroyed by Messmer's army, Romina, Saint of the Bud, found divinity in its ashes and merged it with the scarlet rot. She soothed Aeonian butterflies left after the Battle of Aeonia, transforming the church's sacred buds into scarlet buds, and the native spider scorpions began to grow monstrously large. That Frenzied Flame. An outer god of chaos, represented by the yellow flame of frenzy, seeks to unmake the lands between and restore the one great through madness. Whether the flame is the god itself or merely its power remains uncertain. Its influence spreads through yellow embers in the eyes of its followers and is tied to the Eye of Yellow. Only after collecting many Shabriri grapes can one perceive its distant light, as described by a blind finger maiden. The flame first emerged from the grave of an ancient god, likely in the finger ruins marked by the readerless fingers. It poses a dire threat to all life, capable of even destroying eternal spirits. The three fingers act as its physical emissaries. Its followers, Hyetta, Shabriri, Midra, and others, await a Lord of Frenzy to ignite the Erd Tree and usher in chaos. Opposed by Queen Marika, Melina, and the Hornsent, its worship is fiercely suppressed. Greater Will. The Greater Will is a cosmic force that brought order to the lands between by sending down the Elden Ring, a divine construct of law and power. This ring found its vessel in Queen Marika the Eternal, who was chosen to enact the Greater Will's vision. Through her and the sacred Erd Tree, the Greater Will bestowed its grace upon the inhabitants of the realm, guiding them with its golden light. However, during the events of the Shattering, when the Elden Ring was broken and the demigods waged war for its fragments, the Greater Will withdrew its favor, abandoning the very champions it had once empowered. While never explicitly named an outer god, its far-reaching influence and divine authority suggest a nature akin to such entities. Serving as its emissaries are the Two Fingers, cryptic beings that interpret its will, and Meter, Mother of Fingers, a powerful and enigmatic figure deeply tied to its agenda. Together, they act as the corporeal agents of the Greater Will, shaping the fate of the world in accordance with its unseen design. Dark Moon. The Dark Moon first revealed itself to Lunar Princess Ranni in her youth, during a meeting arranged by her mother, Queen Rennala of the Full Moon. Though a mysterious snowy witch, Ranni's former tutor, once warned her of the moon's occult nature, the young Empyrean dismissed the caution. In the Carian royal family, moons were revered symbols of power and heritage. Over time, The dark moon became the emblem of Rani's authority, and her loyal vassals pledged themselves to its cold, distant light. Should Rani rise to succeed Queen Marika, she will forsake the Golden Order and herald a new era, the Age of Stars, guided by the wisdom of the dark moon. This celestial force fully manifests at the stone platform when Rani claims the Elden Ring as her own. Blood Star. The Blood Star is an occult celestial entity, its power invoked through faith-based thorn sorceries. Existing beyond the lands between, it reveals itself only to those deprived of light, and is closely linked to blood loss and the briars of sin. During the war against the giants, the guilty, exiled criminals whose eyes were gouged out, first glimpsed the Blood Star. In its wake, they began offering blood sacrifices, conjuring twisted bloodthorn spirals through dark, aberrant sorcery. Though born of the cosmos, all Blood Star sorcery was forbidden by the Academy of Rhea Lucaria. Those who defied this decree, like the heretic Mad-Tongue Alberic, crafted a unique red glintstone infused with blood, its power rivaling that of death hexes. Serpent Deity. An ancient religion once thrived atop Mount Gelmir, centered on the worship of Serpent Deity through sacrifices to the god-devouring serpent, also known as the Great Serpent. Though slain long ago with the Serpent Hunter, the immortal serpent was later reborn. Disillusioned by the Golden Order after the Shattering, Praetor Rykard, son of Ernala, rejected the Erd Tree and studied the Forgotten Serpent cult. Drawing on his Carian sorcery, he revived their forbidden hexes, creating powerful magma sorceries. Consumed by obsession, Rykard eventually fed himself, and his great rune, to the reborn serpent, fusing with it. This unholy union birthed the man-serpents, and the serpent, now empowered by fallen recusants, grew immense. Meanwhile, Mesmer the Impaler, one of Marika's children, was cursed from birth by a malevolent force called the Base Serpent. To shield him, 2 winged serpents were bound to him from infancy, loyal advisors who helped resist the curse during his crusade. Fell God. The Fell God of Fire is an ancient malevolent entity that predates the Erd Tree and was feared in old Hornsense legends of Enir Ilim. Its followers, the Fire Giants, tended its undying flame within the Forge of the Giants, atop the mountaintops of the Giants. Though destructive, its fire could even fertilize frozen lands, giving rise to fire blossoms. The Fire Giants viewed smithing as sacred, a tradition passed down to their descendants, the Trolls, whose hammers bore the Fell God's eye. This divine association with smithing may trace back to the ancient ruins of Rao. Deeming the Fell God a threat, Queen Marika launched the war against the Giants to protect her Age of the Erd Tree. Ironically, her own priests used its flame to shield Erd Tree champions, birthing the first fire monk incantations. Though Marika is said to have slain the Fell God, its flame could not be extinguished. She instead sealed it, reducing it to embers and cursing the last fire giant to guard them forever. Yet the god endured in dormancy, ready to awaken through sacrifice, even tempting the very fire monks once sworn to contain it.